welcome to episode 2 of the Witching Hour podcast.
Hi.
This is Alex.
And bro.
This is just the Druthers episode. No Al, but fear not.
He couldn't be here today.
He had violent diarrhea.
Yeah, there's blood.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. But yeah, this is just the two Druthers today. Hope you aren't too disappointed by that. And you know, we've been getting some feedback. You guys want to know who we are and what we're doing. So, you know, I'm Alex. I'm the youngest of the group.
The youngest brother.
The youngest Drother, yes. Currently a college-going lad. And, you know, I'm just living the dream. You know?
And you're going to college for podcasts.
Yes, for podcasts and also to make films. That's what I think I want to do in life, you know. That's what the short-sighted goal of in my next 5 years is hopefully be working on movies. But hey, if it doesn't work out that way, you know, it's the way she goes.
And I'm Joey.
Otherwise known as
bro around here.
Mm-hmm.
The middle brother. Big bro Al couldn't be here, like I said
Is
before.
he older than you?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got like 6 months on me.
Wow. Okay.
Don't tell him I said that. But anyways, I'm the middle brother, and I don't go to school because I graduated, and my hobbies, I'm the local weeb, and I enjoy hurting my back at work, and that's what I do.
Yeah, and I think it all goes without saying. Our interests include anime, video games, and
and sitting on the toilet, and
you know, telling stories.
I just like gross things.
Yeah, bro likes gross things. I like, you know, normal things, because I'd probably say I'm the most normal of the group.
That's a stretch.
You think Al's more normal than me?
I didn't say he's more normal. I'm just saying to say any of us are normal.
Yes, but we're all comparable in our normality. You think we're all the equal
Who's the
amount of
strangest?
Weird? You.
That's fair.
Your mind is definitely the most frail.
Frail.
Yeah,
Are
like
you kidding me? It's complex. You have to be complex to get to these levels of dark.
all right, fair enough. But yeah, what we're trying to accomplish here is we all have a bunch of stories between us three that we feel like are entertaining, and we want to share them with you guys. So
Well, and they make us laugh.
They make us laugh.
Hopefully, they make other people laugh. I mean, if they don't, fuck you.
Yeah, like, I don't know why you're here then if you're not here to laugh. If you're here for scholarly discussions, you're in the wrong place. Those might take place. I highly doubt that, though.
Bottom line is, this ain't your grandma's podcast, okay? This is a late night witch podcast. And if that's too much for you, well then, hey, door's right there.
Yeah. And as you know, we record in a cave out in the woods, because, you know, it
helps us channel our
inner witches,
paganistic magic better.
Yes, our Celtic whatever.
Bottom line, that I don't know if bro explained well enough, is, you know, some episodes have themes, and ours, I guess we have themes too, but themes as far as storytelling goes, and we are here to tell our moments from our lives that I don't know where I was going with
that.
that.
Highlight reel. They are highlight reel worthy, is what my brother is trying to say. We're good at finishing each other's statements and thoughts, but he was trying to say, you know, they're the highlight worthy.
I couldn't even finish that.
Stories, and we might have a couple of topics to go over, but you know, we're going down the rabbit hole. If our stories start jutting out in different directions, that's the way she goes, because, you know, tangents are going to be a big part of this podcast, but we'll always regress to the mean.
Well, and I mean, as far as like themes go, we're gonna have people on here with specific stories in mind that we want them to tell.
Our guests are gonna have story. We will have guests, and we will have stories, and yeah. So you want to get into it?
Yeah, sure. What do you got for me today?
All right. it's something that's in all of us. That bile that helps break up our food.
Bile.
Bile, yeah. I want to talk about vomit, Like, our last names, you can make fun of them.
Biliardi.
No, Gagliardi. And I was known as Gags as one of my many monikers in high school. And a lot of people thought it was because I threw up a lot in elementary school, but that's
because you gag on
penises. No. The actual story behind me getting the nickname Gags was my 6th grade social studies teacher. He originally called me Algie because my name was Alex G. He's like, I'll abbreviate it, and he gave everyone nicknames. And I'm like, hey, teach, I don't want to have a nickname here. I don't want my nickname to be anonymous with moss, with gross...
Algae and moss are two different things.
Gross water scum.
Water scum.
Which is not what I am. I'm very dry. I do not look greasy.
On a good day.
And so he's like, fine, I won't call you Algae. How's Gags? And I'm like, that's not better, but whatever. So
what it was just he called you that, or everybody called you that?
He called me it. And then when I talked to him before class, I'm like, don't call me Algae, because, he liked me, I liked him. And I'm like, can you call me something else? And he's like, how about Gags? I'm like, fine, whatever. And then one day in class, he's like...
unzipped his pants.
No, he was a great teacher. He never did anything like that. He pointed out at me and he's like, Gags. And then people are like, Gags? Who's Gags? And then they looked at me and they're like, oh, we didn't even realize we could call him Gags. And so people were really obnoxious. I would say it was borderline bullying, but
I mean, that's pretty tame. I mean, people called me way worse things than that.
Like what?
Fagliardi.
Really?
Yeah.
What were you doing to
Nothing. People just thought of it because it rhymed.
Okay. Yeah, no one ever called me Fagliardi, but Gags, they would be like, Gags! And I'd be like, stop. My name's Alex.
Algae.
Algae. Don't know. I still take Gags over Algae. But
So what does that have to do with throwing up?
Well, people thought I was called Gags because I threw up a lot. I threw up a lot in elementary school. From like
yeah, you did.
Kindergarten, I was pretty good, but 1st grade through like 3rd grade, it was really bad. I would throw up in class a lot, to the point where they wouldn't even send me home. They'd be like, "Oh, he threw up again. He's fine." And yeah, but
one time I remember you threw up when we were at the movie theater.
Yeah.
And we were gonna see Spider-Man 2. And you were so excited that you threw up.
I threw up a couple of times on our way to the movie theater. Once was in the actual lobby, so they had to pick up that sawdust. And the other time was getting out of the car to see another movie. And I remember it got all over my clothes, so Dad was like, "Here, let's run over to Dick's and get you clothes." And I was covered in vomit.
I think I was there.
Yeah.
I think I remember
it was
that.
us and your friends, and we're like, okay, you gotta change. Yeah, you can't go in the store. Throw your clothes in the trash. And I'm like, okay. So I was like hiding behind the trash can with you guys, like blocking my. The only thing covering me was my undies, because I didn't have any clothes on. And then Dad came out and got me some new clothes, and then we went to see a movie.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you getting new clothes, but you know what? I think I remember the throw up too. I think there was like SpaghettiOs in it.
I mean, hey, if I wasn't eating SpaghettiOs back in the day, you know what my meal of choice was, right?
Hot dogs
and
mac and cheese.
Yep, hot dogs and mac and cheese.
Yeah, you fucking. You know what? I don't even know what to call that.
Basic meal.
You kid.
I was like 8.
So you threw up a lot. Did you ever have a moment where you were throwing up and you like look down at your throw up and you just see like an entire like intact like like a piece of ham from like a cracker stacker.
See, I've never swallowed anything whole, so no.
Well, it's like you don't realize because you don't realize you're swallowing it whole because like you'll throw up and it'll be like whole SpaghettiOs and you think you chew them all up.
One thing. That's one thing. SpaghettiOs, I would swallow those whole, and mac and cheese, I would. So every once in a while, I would see whole mac and cheese and SpaghettiOs.
Okay, because I remember once when I was a kid, and I threw up, and it was after I ate a cracker stacker Lunchable, and I remember seeing like a piece of ham, like because they were cut into circles, and it was like the circle, but like a chunk, like a bite taken out of it. So it was like like a crescent moon, and I was like, wow, I didn't chew my food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I there were some longer sections of hot dogs that I was kind of surprised of, you know,
like whole hot dogs.
No, like a little bit bigger than the cut up ones you put in your mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think? I always wonder if like maybe some of that chewed up food like kind of reforms itself when it hits your stomach.
It's a possibility. I mean, I don't think anyone's ever looked at the health benefits of stomach bile besides decomposition.
What do you mean, like health benefits?
You know, maybe there's like some stem cells in there that can restructure and reconnect broken tissue.
Of food?
Yeah.
If food is not tissue.
What about the outside
mean,
casing of a hot dog?
Meat.
Yeah, I guess some meat.
Some meat.
Yeah. But why don't we get to your favorite story about me throwing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Do you mind if I take the reins?
Yeah, you can take the reins on it, and I'll interrupt whenever you tell a lie, because I'm sure there'll be
tell
plenty.
a lie.
Like, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
I remember this one. I was in high school. Bro was in middle school, and I came home after school one day. And he was already home. It was him and my dog. And I go to the back room, and I just see, like, a pile of puke. It was probably, like a 3 foot by 3 foot pile. Like, it was massive.
I would say 4 by 4.
4 by 4, whatever. It was a fucking massive pile of
What color was
vomit.
it?
Orange. Pretty sure.
Yeah. You know what I was eating?
Doritos.
I had a whole family-sized bag of Doritos at there.
Family size.
Yeah, I had a good half of it. Definitely a good half.
Goddamn fat piece of shit.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
But yeah, it was a big pile of puke, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? And I asked you that, and you said, the dog threw up. And I was like... It was just like all of this 4 foot pile of puke was the dog, and our dog is a mini dachshund, so like a mini wiener dog, so he's tiny.
He's not even 4 feet long.
He was like 13 pounds. I was like, no way. Like there was 13 pounds of puke there. Like it was impossible. And so I'm just looking. I was like, oh my god, because he just said that, and I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was true, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of throw up. And then I was like, so the dog did all of this? And he points at this small, like, dark brown pile of puke, and it was like maybe the size of like a little like appetizer plate. And I was like, oh, that was the dog. I'm like, where did all this come from? And you said that seeing the dog throw up made you throw up.
That was the first time I saw a dog throw up. And okay, so back in these days, like,
I just don't understand, like, how do you throw up from seeing a dog throw up?
Okay, it looked like applesauce, and then there was a chunk of kibble that made me really queasy, and I had a full stomach, and then I started to smell it, and then I just let it all out.
You know they don't chew their food.
I know, but it doesn't matter. Okay, here's some context. Nowadays, I only throw up when I feel sick. Back then, that was on the tail end.
Yeah, like anything would set you off.
Yeah, I would get triggered, and that would make me throw up. So it's been a long time. I don't throw up that often anymore, but little things would trigger me, like seeing other people puke,
Or
seeing snot,
smelling
something really gross would make me puke. But yeah, this was
or seeing a guy in a mascot costume.
But I puke from that. I thought I'd just get scared.
Could have sworn you would get like so scared you would throw up too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Scaredy throw ups were a thing, but part of the I did it. I was on the decline of that. That was probably the last time I got triggered by something gross until Evil Dead 2013. That movie was so gory. The night I saw it on the big screen, I puked.
Really? How old were you?
That was 2013, so it's been 5 years.
So
I was
15?
16.
15, 16?
Yeah, 15, 16.
That's insane. I guess, you know what? I guess that's normal, though. I guess I'm so desensitized to all this gross shit. I don't think about, like, throwing up from that, but that's, like, a normal thing for someone to see something, like, disgusting.
Yeah.
And, like, throw up.
Yeah, bad, gross dreams. I would throw up on my way to the bathroom. And you've thrown up on the way to your bathroom, but that's usually because you're drunk.
Yeah, that's a whole different reason. That's why I throw up.
Yeah, you throw up a lot when you're drunk.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But you threw up by seeing the dog throw up.
Yes.
And I thought that was hilarious.
It used to be really hard for me to pick up his poop because it would almost make me throw up. Now I'm used to smelling turds.
Dog turds.
Yes, dog turds, human turds. I walk through the Jackson exchange from the red line to the blue line almost every other day, so it always smells like human turd. So I've gotten used to that, and I've gotten a lot better. I haven't thrown up. Now, I used to also, I thought this was a pretty good talent, a pretty useful talent. I used to be able to throw up on command.
That actually could be kind of nice because that could get you out of class.
It can get me out of class. It did get me out of class sometimes.
You know, if Al was here, he could tell me a story about
the kids from school.
Those kids. Yeah, apparently he said that one of them was telling him how they would, like, hold their breath until they pass out so they could, like, get out of class.
That's crazy. But yeah, no, I could throw up on command, and usually I'd only do it when my stomach hurt. Like, bro would be like, oh, I'll just take some Pepto-Bismol. Pepto-Bismol made me sick. It would make me throw up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to skip the middleman. I'm not going to even take any Pepto-Bismol. I'm just going to make myself throw up. And usually when I was feeling sick, it would make me feel better. But I was really sick, like, last year, and I'm like, okay, I need to throw up. But I couldn't, and it was really difficult, and I really wanted to throw up, but I couldn't.
Wow. So, you know what, that makes me think of a question for you.
Yeah.
And I think it's a question that not just me, but all of our listeners are wondering. How are those gag reflexes now?
Probably a lot better. I don't know. Another reason why I used to throw up a lot in elementary school, because I threw up all the time. That's like my peak throwing up days. Besides getting nervous to make myself throw up, I was
You throw up when you talk to girls now?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I just get really
you
weird.
Talk to
and
like
really
a pretty
quiet.
girl.
I don't talk to pretty girls.
Throw up.
No. The thing I was gonna say, the reason why it was so easy to trigger, I think the doctors even said, like, my mom was like, why does this kid throw up so much? And they're like,
Did you actually go to the doctors for that?
We would mention it. We would mention it at my physicals.
Oh, okay.
And they would be like, I would mention
it. What do you
it.
even do about that?
Get your tonsils removed, because that instantly helped to cut my throwing up by like 80%.
It really did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, do you remember what you were so excited about me getting when I got my tonsils removed?
Some like Star Wars shit.
Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
I got a Millennium Falcon for getting my tonsils removed.
Yep, and then it was my Millennium Falcon after that.
Pretty much. And we still have the Millennium Falcon.
The Millennial Falcon.
The Millennial Falcon. So do you have any interesting stories about throwing up, bro?
See, it's different for me because, like you said, I only throw up when I'm drunk. And you know what? For a while, it was like every time I would get drunk, I would throw up. But
I know.
I mean, I was getting pretty drunk, but...
I have plenty of funny stories about you throwing up when you're drunk.
Tell me your favorite one. What's your favorite me throwing up, because usually you're the one that has to take care of me.
Yeah. I'll tell you my two favorites, the two ones that stick out in my head the most. There's the coolest one, because I saved your life, and then the second coolest one because it was really funny. And the coolest...
You saved my life in both?
No, just the one.
Oh.
So I remember one night you came home really drunk. I think that was the first night I had to come into the bathroom and get you up because you passed out on the toilet multiple times.
That happened for the first time like a year ago.
It happened twice.
Well, with you, I've fallen asleep on the toilet
I know.
numerous times.
I'm sure. But I'm like, okay, get to bed. But, maybe I didn't. All I know is you got really hammered because I knew you would. Because you're going out to get drunk. That was your goal.
And I don't eat.
And you don't eat because you don't like to eat when you drink.
Calories. Empty calories.
But anyway, I remember waking up to a gagging sound. And I realized bro was laying on his back choking on his own vomit.
I was not choking on my own vomit.
You weren't like moving in bed. You weren't on your side. You weren't leaned up. You were on your back choking a little bit on. You were starting to throw up and I could hear it like starting to catch in your mouth.
I remember this. I was about to sit up.
You weren't about to sit up and because I had to get you to sit up.
I would have done it.
You wouldn't have, bro. And you didn't remember anything about that night. So yeah. He threw up all over his bed. He threw up on his way to the bathroom, and he threw up in the bathroom.
When was this? I'm trying to remember.
I think it was
now.
a year or two ago.
Okay.
And then I remember I got Mom up because I'm like, okay, this is too much of a mess for me to clean up. I don't want to clean this up, but I know who will because Mom's the best.
Wow.
And then my favorite part is after she changed the sheets, we're like, okay, get that vomity clothes off of you. And you almost got naked right in front of Mom because you were so drunk. You were still drunk. And, like, she just got out by the second you were taking off your drawers.
I want this cut out of the podcast.
No, it's the best
I don't
part.
want this in the podcast.
I think your friends and coworkers will love hearing about
I
that.
bet they will, and that's why I don't want it in the podcast.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
That's how you know it's true.
And
I mean, this is a fake story.
Yeah, sure. It's real, guys. And he's real embarrassed about it.
Whatever.
And the other story is... Was it a Halloween party? No, it was Nick's going away party.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you
just
had
a few months.
Yeah.
That was just a couple months ago.
Yeah, and you had 2 Four Locos.
Ugh, that night was wild.
Yeah, you were riding your bike to Uptown and back, which is like probably a mile away.
Yeah, and how long did it take me?
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah, to go 2 miles.
That energy drink really helped
That's
you.
That's what Four Loko does. It gives you like amazing energy.
This is not a Four Loco plug.
Yeah, I am plugging Four Loko. I would love to get sponsored by Four Loko. That'd be dope. Sponsor this podcast, and I'll plug you every single time.
Yeah, sure, Four Loco. Let's get it done. Also, you said you saw Deadpool 2.
Yeah, in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes, which was really impressive.
Al was with me. He saw it too.
And so you got through 1.5 Four Locos, and we decided to finally go inside and play some Smash. And while we were waiting...
Smash Bros.
4. Yes, Smash 4. When we went inside, you were like... You decided to do a superhero pose because you couldn't stand on your own 2
I
feet.
remember this.
And you thought, like, in your head, you were really rigid and you were, like,
I
exuding
thought I
energy.
looked like badass.
But in reality, you looked like you're going to fall over.
Well,
You
all
were
right,
sweating.
explain the superhero pose a little bit better because I don't think everyone knows
So
what
one
that means.
knee is on the ground, the other foot is up, like a Tim Tebow.
No, it's like you're kneeling down, like football style.
Yeah, like a Tebow.
And then you put one of your fists into the ground.
Yeah, like he just landed. And so bro thought he just landed like a superhero and he looked badass, but he looked like he was going to fall over. He was like stumbling by staying still. And then he went into the bathroom and almost hurled. Or did you hurl?
No, I actually just went in there to sit down and like fall asleep. Because that's what I do when I get like too drunk. I go into the bathroom, and that's like my safe space because it's like, you know, the bathroom. It's like you're safe to throw up in there.
Yeah.
And I sit on the toilet when I'm feeling sick, in case that way it's like a quick turnaround in case I gotta throw up,
Mm-hmm.
and that's usually when I fall asleep.
Yeah.
And so what happened that night was I fell asleep.
And then we went back to our house, and we sat in the backyard for about 10 minutes, and you're like, okay, I'm good to go inside. And then you walked by the grass and started spewing.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
you like were spewing on your hands were on your knees, and then you dropped to your knees because you were spewing so much.
So hard.
So hard.
I was spewing so hard that it dropped me to my knees.
Yeah, and you thought you were good. I brought you some water, and then you went spewing again. And then
That's how it is, though. That's
I
how it
tried to
always
get
is.
you to drink 2 cups of water to help you.
Well, the reason why I went in before I spewed was because I could tell you were getting impatient, and we'd been out there for a while.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm just going inside then. I was like, maybe I won't throw up,
And then you
I
did.
threw up.
Yeah. And then I tried to get you to drink 2 cups of water. And then you went into the bathroom to fall asleep for probably like an hour. Because I'd be like, okay, I'll give him 10 minutes before I wake him up. I did that like 2 or 3 times. And yeah.
It's a safe space.
And then you got up a couple of times. I heard you throw up a little bit too. I think it was in the sink once. Because I remember in the morning it smelled like puke.
Yeah, I had to clean that a little the next morning.
And those are my 2 favorite stories about bro throwing up.
Yeah, you know what? I don't really like throwing up that much.
I never liked it either. It was just a good way of alleviating stomach pain.
Really? It wasn't like after a while you started liking it?
No, I never liked it. Because I had to think about gross things get me to throw up. I wouldn't like put my fingers down my throat. It was all mental. And I actually...
Actually, I have a funny story about you throwing up that just reminded me. I was like 12,
Okay.
so that means you had to be like 8.
Yeah.
And we watched Snakes on a Plane. And I remember there's a Mile High Club scene where this couple's like fucking on the plane, and they show the girl topless.
And then the snake bites her titty.
Yeah, snake bites
And
her
then
in the tit.
another scene.
And well, no.
That didn't make me spew.
Yes, it did.
No,
it
you know
did.
what made
I remember
me
that
spew?
you saw.
I think I spewed twice because I remember the thing that triggered me.
You saw a titty and you threw up. You were like so repulsed by it.
Repulsed or excited?
I'm gonna say I don't know. You tell me, but I think you were repulsed, and that would make a lot of sense.
What do you mean it'd make a lot of sense?
I don't know. We can Al back me up. If he was here, he'd agree.
I was not repulsed. I was excited. Because I'm like, whoa, I've never seen one of those before.
I'm so excited I could puke right now.
Yeah, and I did.
Wow.
And then there was another thing that got me queasy. I think I must have thrown up twice because I remember the other thing that triggered me. A guy got bit on the tip of his penis by a snake.
That did not happen in Snakes on a Plane.
Yes, it did. He was
They show that?
I don't think
They
they
don't
show his
show
dong,
that.
but they show him peeing, and then the snake jumps up, and he's like, ah! It's heavily implied.
Do you remember Green Inferno and that scene with Junie from Spy Kids? But this is like he's like older now, the actor.
Yes.
And he gets bit by like a tarantula on his dick or something.
No, he doesn't get bit. It's just he sees one while he's pissing.
They like showed his dick though.
Yeah, because they could.
Weird.
Yeah. Green Inferno, great movie. Eli Roth,
It's
very gory.
gross, not because of like them showing a dick or anything.
Oh, the cannibalism
it's
is
gross
very graphic.
because they eat people and they show it and they show people
everything.
getting ripped
Remember
to
Jonah?
pieces.
Quadriplegic?
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
You get to see all of his limbs cut off and his eyes gouged out.
Well, spoiler.
You get to see everything. It's a tribute to Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah,
Probably as
gross.
gory, but less animal death, which I can appreciate. Anyways.
That would have made me throw up. I felt a little queasy.
Yeah, thankfully by then that's when I didn't feel any queasy at all. In fact, I was eating my popcorn pretty feverishly.
You know what? It makes me wonder with you saying how you used to get excited to the point where you'd throw up, and it makes me wonder like Do I really even get excited about anything if
Nope.
I'm not getting thrown? If I'm not throwing
I don't
up?
think you've ever got. Well, I think it's genetics, bro. I just don't.
I think I just don't find things
Or
exciting
maybe,
anymore.
do you even have many emotions at all? Are you a sociopath?
I don't know. People,
I mean, you do like.
I don't know what
seeing-
that word means, but people call me that all the time.
All right. Anyways, the thing that really triggered me from Snakes on a Plane was remember when the lady gets out a vomit bag
Yeah,
and
and they
starts
show her-
puking, and then she gets bit in
And
the
their top
neck.
gets ripped off, and then it made you throw up
No,
again.
no, it didn't. She was puking, and she missed the vomit bag, and she puked on a snake, and then the snake bit her in the neck, and she puked even
Oh
more.
God.
So yes, then I watched Malcolm in the Middle. It's the episode where Dewey starts smoking cigarettes.
What? That's not an episode.
Yes, it is. And Hal has to
He's-
stop drinking coffee because Dewey is smoking cigarettes, and it's because Hal used to smoke cigarettes. He hit him all throughout the house.
This is King of the Hill.
No, this is
That's the
Malcolm
King
in
of the
Middle.
Hill
Malcolm in the
episode where
Middle.
Bobby.
Nope, Dewey.
smokes a
Dewey. He finds him in the gutter.
I would
finds an
love
entire
for
pack in the
you to
gutter.
find me this episode, and we'll watch it later.
Yeah, sure. We'll do it after this podcast because it's real. Guys, back me up in the comments. Thank you, because they just did it right now. And don't forget to hit that like button.
Shit, so shameless with that.
Why not? If you like it, hit the like button. It's pretty simple.
So what was the whole episode? Just like a big anti-smoking propaganda?
No, it's because it's funny because then when Hal's like trying to go cold turkey on the coffee, Dewey's like, he starts smoking cigarettes. He's like, Dewey, I can't have coffee, then I need my cigarettes. And Dewey's like, fuck you, I'll start drinking coffee then. And then
Is this near the end of the series?
It's when Dewey's in a special ed class, I think.
Good times.
So I think
That's near the end.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like older. I think he's like in high school.
this
at
is
that point.
definitely, I think, after Jamie came or while Lois is pregnant.
He's still really young while she's pregnant. I feel like that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
We'll see. We'll find out. But this is an episode because I remember I'm like, I can't. I would get triggered by things like my dad got really angry at me because we were watching Terminator and I saw all the skulls being crushed by the T-200s or T-100s, the tank ones, and then I couldn't handle it. I started crying. He's like, get out of here if you can't handle it. He didn't like how I couldn't watch it, so he yelled at me, and then I went and watched Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, because he was like, I didn't raise a fucking bitch.
I think this was 5th grade. It was embarrassing. I've
Yeah,
curbed that.
You probably embarrassed our own dad.
I did embarrass him because I was crying. I'm like, can we please watch something else? This is too scary for me. This is too scary for me.
I've never even seen Terminator, so you know what? It'd probably scare me too.
No, I mean, the skulls look very realistic, and it's these machines crushing skulls, and it made me really sad and scared, so I started crying. And I also had a lot to eat, so I'm like, I'm nervous about getting queasy and disappointing my dad while watching this ultra-masculine film. But you know what? I've since
Do you
curbed
think
that.
that the person that wrote Terminator was extremely insecure and trying to compensate for something?
The script, I think it may have been a book before it was a script.
Well, do you think whoever wrote the book was trying to, compensate for
I
something?
think he was just trying to write some sci-fi. It was Y2K, bro. Machines are taking over.
Is that really? No, but Terminator was like
When
it was
Skynet
made
takes
so
over.
long ago.
When Skynet, yeah, just like how, bro, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, but you're an idiot.
Fuck you.
When did 2012 come out? I think it was in 2011, 2010. Disaster movies take place in the future because it's trying to scare you.
Well,
about
you're
what's
saying
happening in the moment.
Y2K, but I feel like Y2K was a thing that people
In the
just came up
90s.
with like
No.
in the late 90s.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, these settings stop after 1999.
Yeah,
This
but
is crazy.
Terminator was made in like the 80s.
Yes, because everyone was concerned about
They were
Y2K.
still concerned about it back
Part
way
of
back
it
then.
is because of Terminator. Because the movie is set into the year 2000 when
Wow.
Skynet takes over.
And a whole lot of that happened.
Well, yeah. No, we know how the world's gonna end. We know how the
How? Do you think it's going to be AI?
sun's gonna crystallize.
Come on, bro.
You mean the
That's,
human race?
yes.
Who cares?
That's the true world.
Who cares?
That there is no world without us to record.
Oh yeah,
it.
it was. Oh well, without us personally, yeah. I'm gonna say it's old age that kills us, or something really weird.
What, the human race?
You said it doesn't go on without this podcast.
No, that's not what I was implying. I meant us as in humanity.
I don't know. I don't care. We'll be on Mars. Elon Musk will start a colony on Mars.
All right. You know what?
How do you think it's gonna end, bro?
Not by AI. I think
Natural
AI,
disasters.
global warming,
Yeah.
and climate change.
It's the one thing we can't fight.
Anyways, AI, bro. It's gonna be a good thing. I know a lot of people are scared.
That you just want your waifu to be real.
Dude, I just want robots to take me to the cyber world. And then my wife will be real.
Surprised you don't like Tron, bro.
I've never seen it.
You would like it. That's the entire premise of Tron.
I played the Tron level in Kingdom Hearts, and that
Me
was it.
too. I saw the end of Legacy.
Is that the latest Tron movie?
There's only 2. It's the one with Daft Punk did the soundtrack.
Oh, and Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
The dude.
Yeah. You know, I'm a big fan of cyberpunk.
Yeah, I know you are.
Like, I don't know what it's about. What about that genre I love, but maybe it's the elements of finding out who you are as a human, and you know, they're just those themes of finding emotions.
Really? You don't like the fact that like people are upgrading themselves and
Oh,
making
I love
themselves,
that.
like,
I
more
mean, I'm talking
powerful
about
by
theme,
turning
the
themselves
theme.
into
The
robots.
theme of it. You
Yeah,
know, like trying to still find your humanity in your ghost, with your ghost within your shell. My favorite cyberpunk movie is 2017 Ghost in the Shell with ScarJo.
You know, I was talking about cyberpunk the other day with some people, and I realized that, like, I know that's your favorite genre and everything, and I love cyberpunk
It's
too.
not. I
don't
don't know
get me
if it's
wrong,
my favorite
but
genre.
it's very niche, bro.
I know it is.
There's like 3 cyberpunk movies.
You don't know what you're talking about. You mean franchises? Successful
Yes,
franchises?
yes.
Okay, Blade Runner, Ghost in the Shell. I don't think there's a third successful franchise.
It's very niche.
But there's plenty
Back
of TV
to the Future.
show. That's not cyberpunk. There's that.
What
cool-
about part 2? That's
That's
cyberpunk.
not cyberpunk. That's time travel movie.
Yeah, but they go to the future.
Or it's
and
just
like
80s
a
dot movie.
cyber-
Doc.
It's cyberpunk.
It's not. Because it takes place now.
That's my favorite cyberpunk movie.
No, there's that really. I was telling you about that really cool show on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. I can't remember what the name is, but it's like cyberpunk mixed with Alien, and they all have like skins, and they can all go from skin to skin. Their soul resides in like a little USB.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, it is, but it's pretty cool. It's very cyberpunky. I like the fashion. I like how everybody has guns.
So you just like guns. You would love today's world.
No,
then.
it's different. Like, you don't need a red dot sight because you got one in your brain. I love the hacking. I love being able to plug into the internet through your brain.
What if cyberpunk got meshed together with steampunk? Would you still like
no.
it?
Steampunk's stupid
Why?
because it's cringy. It's like that skit from Key and Peele where Jordan dresses up cyberpunk.
Isn't that
like,
Portlandia?
A lot of shows make
It's
fun
really
of
easy to
steampunk.
Yeah, it's easy to make fun of steampunk.
I saw steampunk people in high school and I laughed. at them.
Really?
Yeah.
Like fellow high schoolers
They were above me in grade. And one
in
of them,
high school.
yeah, one of them wore a top
Wow.
hat and had goggles.
Mini top hat.
No,
I
it
like
was
when
a
the girls wear.
Well,
mini
it was
top
a
hats.
dude. The only steampunk girl I saw in high school she wore goggles every day.
Wow. What's the deal? Like, why do they have to wear goggles? So the steam doesn't get in
I
their
have a
eyes?
confession to make. I watched a steampunk Netflix show. It's still on there. I think it's a Netflix original again. It's like one of those. Think about like Hell's Kitchen, but with steampunk creating like sets and
Wow,
toys.
you should be ashamed of yourself.
I am ashamed of myself, and it was just kind of interesting to see. It's the same reason why I watch cringe, okay? I like to laugh at these people, and I like creative things. So laughing at creative people got me off. I'll say it.
It got you off. All right, that's fair.
Yeah,
What was I saying today about getting off. Oh, do
We
you
were
think...
watching Chris Hansen compilations To Catch a Predator, and he thought he
Great
gets off
show.
on that.
I think Chris Hansen gets off by busting pedophiles.
You know what? I think
And
that's
you know what?
more
That's
power to him.
totally
Good for him,
admirable.
Because it actually gives him a drive to do it, and that's.
I mean, it gets me off watching it.
Yeah, you just like to see him be like, take a seat.
Why don't you have a seat?
How are the cookies? Would you like some milk with that? What are you here for? What are you doing here?
I love Chris Hansen. He's someone that, like, even after he dies, like, once our technology is really good, like, we should just have a hologram of him, like, policing society.
He should be the first, like,
cyber police.
No, like, his subconscious should be uploaded to the internet to crack down on pedophiles. Although that's
child pornography.
Yeah. Make him, like, bust those people.
Yeah, and you know who he wouldn't have busted?
You?
No. Pee-wee Herman.
Oh, yeah, you know what bro said to me? We were watching this, and he's like, even if I saw Pee-wee on To Catch a Predator, I'd still let him hang out with my kids.
So,
without me.
So what?
Without any other adults in the room. Why?
Because they trust him, okay?
You saw him on To Catch a Predator. Okay, would it make any difference if he was meeting up the boy or meeting up with the girl?
And it would make no difference. I don't give a shit. Pee-wee is trustworthy, and
even if
he basically raised me.
All right, he didn't.
Through Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Bro, I was.
You
Pee-wee's
watched that more than me.
Yes, I did. I had the whole box set. My dad made me get rid of it. It's like, you're too old for this. You need to watch Terminator. I'm like, Dad, I like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, and then you cried.
As I should have.
Wow.
Do you know how much that thing's probably worth today?
How much?
I'm not gonna Google it right now.
Well, no, don't ballpark it for me. Give me make an assessment.
The box set itself had to be $40 to $60 at the time at retail, and it's only been up, so it's probably around $100. I don't know. I'll have to check.
Wow, that's pretty good. Chris Hansen, great show.
Yeah.
The compilations are where it's at because you get past all the
boring stuff. You get to see the police catching people running away.
Yeah, I think the best part is just seeing their reactions when he walks in and they're just like, fuck.
I like the one where the guy gets fully nude and Chris Hansen's like, cover yourself up. There's a towel on the chair.
Yeah, that one was fricked.
There's the one guy that brought his friend.
Yeah. Well, I saw one where a dude brought his kid.
I don't believe that.
It's real. Look it up.
Okay.
I watched it.
Yeah, cyberpunk, steampunk, Chris Hansen, all cool stuff that we like.
Steampunk though, so you are an actual steampunk fan.
No, I watched it like how I watch Cringe, bro, because I'm laughing at those people, and I found the sets they were creating to be mildly interesting because I enjoy good production values. Production design.
I just want to know why the goggles. Why do they need the goggles?
Because of the steam. You said it yourself.
So it is.
They like two things, bro. They like steam power and they like gothic British stuff. So they're like, oh yes, what's going on?
Bangers and mash.
What's going on, wanker? You know, they're Victorian. It's not. Is it Victorian? Gothic Victorian or whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
More fucking stupid.
It is. I hate it. It's nothing like cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's a future. That's where I want to be.
All right. What if a steampunk person came up to you, and they said, "Oh, you like cyberpunk? What is that? Just a bunch of nerds looking at porn on their computers? God, what do they need all those wires for? Porn? What losers?" And they laugh at you.
I would say, thank you for your input. And then I'd take their top hat and run away.
All right. Look, I'm just saying, you gotta see it from both sides, bro. You think steampunks are a bunch of losers, but they might look at cyberpunk.
At least cyberpunk's cool.
They think, yeah, but steampunkers think that's
okay,
cool.
Bro. What were you insecure about? What was your biggest gripe when Pokemon Go came out? All the people that made fun of you in high school are playing Pokemon now. people gonna hate. That's the way things are.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah, haters gonna hate. People
And you know what?
wanna
Haters
hate.
are probably gonna hate this podcast too. But you know what? Did that ever stop me?
Well, it might. I don't know how you would respond to negative criticism. I know how angry you get.
I don't get it.
That's a thing about us. Us druthers related by blood. We're kind of. If Al was here, he'd definitely speak about this. Our rage.
I don't get angry.
Yes, you do.
You get way more angry than I do.
Yes, you do. You get angry, bro.
Yeah, but you get angrier.
It's all a matter of perspective. It's all a matter of perspective.
You got pissed off.
I
like
yell,
watching...
but you get quiet and then you leave and then you stew on it.
I brood.
Yeah, remember that time I beat you in doubles on Showdown and then you went into
I
your
literally
room?
can't remember this.
I remember because of how angry you got because I beat you. And
In a Pokemon battle,
Yes.
which should have never happened.
Yes, and you got so angry you went into your room and it was a little bit of a tantrum and you like had to go to bed in the middle of the day.
For people that don't understand, Pokemon is a very toxic game, and that was just a different time in my life where I embraced the toxic nature of the game and its very chance-based mechanics, and I don't take it as seriously anymore, and that's something I'm working on to change in myself, and thank you. God bless.
But yeah, bro gets really angry. He gets as angry as me. We're just angry in different ways. I'll yell, he'll just get really quiet, and he'll be like, whatever, I don't care, whatever.
Alright, that's, your example is from like a few years ago. I can't remember the last time I got like pissed off over something like that.
I don't want to bring up that type of stuff, because I know you're going to get angry if I bring it up. If I call you out on it.
Open that can of worms.
I'm not opening that can of worms. Feces.
No, I don't want to talk about feces.
Okay, bro, this whole steampunk thing, are you just saying this because you want to be a steampunk?
Alright, don't judge me. I think the goggles look cool.
I don't. I think they look stupid.
And, like, who doesn't like having cogs and pipes everywhere?
Steam is a pretty unreliable... It's not a great source of energy, of moving machinery. I rather just
Where do you think steampunk's source of steam is? Like, where do you
Coal.
think... Oh, so they're all just coal-powered?
It's steam-powered, but something has to light the fire. Either natural gas or coal.
I'm disappointed in
Well,
steampunkers now.
And then if you look
I don't
at
think they realize that.
Look at Cyberpunk, look at Blade Runner 2049, you see the fields of solar panels. You know where they're getting their electricity.
What about in the original Blade Runner? Where'd they get their electricity from?
They don't really go too in depth with the world. It's mainly the characters.
Those are my favorite sci-fi movies where, like, these things that require an immense amount of power, they just, like, never explain where the power is coming from. And it's just like they just have, like, an unending source of everything.
I don't know. The way they explain it in 2049, bro, is one shot.
Don't spoil it for me. I haven't seen it yet.
It's not a spoiler. It's not integral to the plot. You just see fields of solar panels.
Oh.
That's it. It's just Ryan Gosling in a space car, and you see solar panels beneath him.
Boom. That's the movie.
That's the opening shot, or one of them.
Oh, okay.
It's like the opening sequence.
But you want to be living in a cyberpunk reality.
Yeah, I think I'd be pretty badass. I'd be probably living a life of crime, shooting
No, you would
androids
not.
and
You would
scavengers.
Not. You would be...
And bro, if you believe... Okay, don't even start this with me, because if you thought you were living in the medieval times, you think you'd be a 9-foot tall cow person who is in tune with the elements and summons
I never
totems.
said that. I
Yes,
said I
but-
would be a bard or a jester.
Yeah, you wish. You'd be a peasant piling up mud.
It's really just shit.
But I don't know, bro. It's Neo Tokyo. It's Neo Shanghai, you know? It's just cool. There's kanji all over the place. There's 3D adverts, you know? It's basically modern day Japan.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool too. I just find it very niche to be your favorite genre.
You could say that fantasy's niche.
I'm being very broad when I say fantasy.
Yes. And most people associate fantasy with nerds, and there's obviously more Chads than nerds out there, bro.
Chads. No, it's reversed now, bro. It's cool to like that stuff.
Big Bang Theory isn't cool.
Bazinga. We're gonna get like 80 likes because of that.
If we do.
Just from me saying that.
Yeah.
Bazinga.
Great. Do you watch a lot of Little Sheldon?
Oh, I love that show.
Oh, yeah? What's the main character's name?
It's Sheldon, and my favorite part is when his mom, like, spanks him for being too smart.
Were you spanked when you were a kid? I know I was.
No, I don't think I got spanked. Maybe, like,
Piece of
once.
shit. I got spanked a lot. And I feel like it was your fault.
How so?
I don't know. Okay. This is something that you like to do to me now. You like to get me angry. Or at least you used to like to get me angry because you like getting reactions. And so then I'd give you my huge reaction. Mom and Dad would see, and they'd think I was deserving of a spanking. Care to comment, Mr. Nose Picker?
I don't know what you're talking about, and I would never do anything like that to get a reaction out of you to get you in trouble.
You remember that time when you saw how pissed off I was because you're like, there's a ghost on these trails, and every time I wouldn't be looking at you, you would do a stupid ghost voice, and then I almost pushed you off a cliff?
I remember you trying to push me off a cliff. I don't remember why.
It's because you were like, there's a ghost on these trails, and every time I turned to look forward to see where I'm walking, you'd be like, oh, and I'd be like, stop it, I know it's you, and you'd just be like, oh, no it isn't, and you kept pushing me, and I decided to try and kill you by pushing you.
Just to end it all.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, please kill him. And then Dad grabbed your arm before you could fall off.
Yeah, and you got in big, big trouble.
And then I cried because I thought they were going to leave me. They're like...
We almost did. I told them that we probably should.
Yeah. But yeah, a little bit of a Cain and Abel vibe back in that day.
Who's who?
Cringe. Yeah, so I guess... I don't know if I still want to murder you, but...
Yeah, you can be honest. It's okay if you do. I feel like few people...
Do you want to murder me?
No. But...
You sure?
No, I wouldn't murder you. I have no reason to murder you. Bro, I've told you this once. I'll tell you again. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Except
I
for
wouldn't
when
hurt
you
a
get
fly.
angry. He would.
I would
He
not.
would. Bro gets really angry and he gets bloodlust in his eyes sometimes.
That's not true.
Okay, audience, who are you gonna believe? The pathological liar, aka bro, or the man willing to go out of the way and tell you the embarrassing things for the truth?
Are you kidding me? You get even more angry. One time you were like really pissed at me. I saw this gleam in your eye and it looked like you were about to drop your trousers right then and there. And I got scared. I was genuinely scared and I tried to get away and you locked the doors.
Bro, do you remember what you did after I told Mom and Dad you had friends over? After you,
yes, I remember that.
You punched the couch and said, if you tell Mom and Dad, you're dead. And then I did, and you chased me around the house for a good 10 minutes with a knife.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Bro, you were a fucking rat.
And you were gonna try to cut me like a rat.
I was never intending to cut you, but
you came really close.
I had to scare you straight because it's not cool to rat out your own brother.
This isn't about me being a rat. This is about how violent you truly are. What about that time we were taking down the swing set and you're like, I'm getting the bat. And then you started beating it with a bat.
What swing set?
The old green one.
We had a swing set?
Or just the swing in the garden. The bench swing.
Oh, that's because I like breaking things, bro.
Very destructive,
It's
bro.
not violent. That's, you know what? Those are some stories for another podcast to talk about destruction, because I have a lot of destruction stories, because that was kind of my hobby for a while, was just breaking things.
I have a couple. Yeah, you broke a lot. I broke some things too in my time.
Yeah, it's fun. You know what? I can't promise that we'll talk about that next week, but it will be in an upcoming episode.
And we will have Al next week.
Yeah, next week it'll be the original trio. We're just hoping this can hold you over until the main man is back himself. And Who knows? Maybe we'll have a guest.
We will.
No, don't say who. Leave it as a surprise.
Okay, fine. Because I know we'll have a guest for sure.
How do you know?
Because I was emailing him, and his agent agreed.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we got someone
Wow.
serious, guys.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I have goosebumps.
I mean, we don't have much of a budget, but I'm spending some money on getting this
Out of
guy
pocket?
here. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
I love when you spend out of pocket.
I don't.
Well, anyways, we'll come up with a nice theme for y'all next week, and we'll have some more fun stories and some more laughs, and we'll all sit around the microphone again next week, and we'll all laugh together. And thanks for letting us whisper in your ear for another segment today, and I hope you all have a safe drive home or whatever you're doing.
Or good night if you're falling asleep to this. Don't know why you would want to listen to us, but that's an option.
Well, regardless, stay safe out there and have a blessed night or day. And this is Witching Hour. Until next time.